We all know her as the Baltimore mom. It was an ABC2 News camera that caught Toya Graham going after her son, who was right in the middle of the riots.
Well, that was almost 6 months ago. Hard to believe. But today, Cheryl Connor caught up with Mom Graham, who is back at work.
Yeah, well, Jamie and Kelly, as you know, when we first met Toya Graham, she was unemployed. The promises started coming in, job offers for her and scholarships for Michael. Graham says none of those promises have come through, and nearly 6 months after the riots, she is struggling to keep her home.
Rick, you have the key?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Toya Graham invited us to join her at work.
And then those bags going to 753.
She is a driver for Powell Recovery Center in Baltimore, helping addicts kick their habit. It's familiar territory. She has worn several hats over 10 years, and today she shared with us one reason why she wanted to return to the job she left before the riots broke out.
The 25th of this month, I will have 11 years clean.
Clean from her own struggles with addiction. On April 27th, ABC2 News photographer Manny Locke got the shot and stayed with the passion. Graham is known now as the Baltimore mom who ripped her son away from throwing rocks at police. She is determined not to let her 6 children, including her only son Michael, repeat her mistakes. It has been a tough summer for the 16-year-old as we watch the city's homicide count climb.
He lost, 2 of his friends got gunned down in a store off of Liberty Heights.
Following mom's orders, Michael still has to come home right after school. In fact, it's tough for Graham to trust the city to keep her kids safe. She wants him to go to a boarding school outside of Baltimore.
So I think the best thing would be for him to go here and move and go to a school where, you know, he can better his education and he can better himself.
But Graham is thankful for the donations that added up to $10,000 from strangers following the riots.
I was able to pay off all my debt. I was able to purchase a car. I was able to help my daughter. She's now living on her own.
The money went quickly. She's back to making $10 an hour as the promises for a better job so far have fallen through. Graham says she's got her medtech license now, but she still can't find a job to help her stay afloat.
So you can imagine how upsetting after hearing so many different people say that, you know, they was going to help me find employment, and it didn't come through.
A check from social services helped her avoid an eviction notice for now, but money is only part of it. Keeping Michael and her 5 daughters safe in Baltimore is number one.
He understands all that we have been through, and he's not going to be out there doing things like that, you know.
So you heard her 6 months after we first met Toya Graham. She thinks the best thing for her son is just to move out of Baltimore and go to a boarding school. But keeping him safe is her #1 struggle.
Well, let's talk about the promises made. We were on the air all day. You heard it. We all heard it. The promises to put Michael, give him a scholarship. Where did those go?
Okay, so one of them, she was offered a job by Under Armour. She said, though, that they wanted her on the assembly line, and that just didn't work for her. She has some back problems. But that was one offer. She says it just didn't amount to what she wanted. Another one, and she was pretty frustrated with Pastor Jamal Bryant, who promised to offer Michael a full scholarship. Now, 6 months later, she says that she had not heard from him. We followed up with a call. His assistant told me that she tried 15 times to reach her, so there might be some type of disconnect. We've tried to bridge that gap, and maybe something will come through.
I say hopefully this will help them connect so she can help Michael get away, get a better education, and get on the right track.
And hopefully she can get a job that's going to allow her to stay in a home, because she has, you know, the 6 children, 4 of them are in the house, and she's also raising a granddaughter.
Can't do that on $10 an hour.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Cheryl.
Sure.
Thank you.